Yeah, so your passport, letter of acceptance, if you are married, the marriage certificate, if you have lands, the certificate to all those properties that you have, you can also use it. Sponsorship letter. Alright. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, depending on wherever you're watching me from. If this is your first time on this channel, please like, comment, and then share. Share to all your family members, your loved ones, also come and learn something for themselves, right? So this is opportunity room, as I already told you, and then today our content is going to be brief, not that long. You know, some people are having their admission letters right now, and then they don't know how to start their visa processing, their visa application, right? Yeah, they don't know how to start their visa application. Also, some people don't know the type of documents they need before they start their visa application. And then one thing is, I'll advise all of you to have all your documents ready before you start with the visa application. Well, you have like 60 days to submit your visa application when you start. When you create the account, you create the account and start an application. You have like 60 days to submit it. Yeah, so make sure you have all your documents before you start the visa application. Yeah, that's for students visa application or student permit. For the permit, you get it when you arrive in Canada. When you get the visa and you arrive in Canada, that's where they are going to give you the study permit. But you get the visa from your country, that's going to allow you to get into Canada. But when you come to Canada, the first airport that you land is your port of entry. That's where you're going to get your study permit. The first airport that you arrive in is your port of entry, and that's where you are going to get your study permit. Yeah, so as I was saying, I would like to tell you some documents you need before, because there are a lot of people asking me the kind of documents or how to go about their visa processing. And visa having admission is not all. That's just one part of the whole thing. You know, the application doesn't guarantee you, or the admission doesn't guarantee you that you are coming to Canada. It doesn't guarantee you. It just the surface of everything. That's the surface. It's just an let's say supporting document that's going to help you get the visa. And then before I continue, please, I'm not an immigration officer. Also, I'm not a visa officer. One reason why I'm doing this is to reduce people being scammed back in our various countries, because some people don't know how to do all this visa processing, so they try to get agents to do all this on their behalf, and then they are charged over 10,000 other stars, which I don't think is worth it, right? Because if you are doing everything by yourself, you don't have to waste that much money to do the visa application. Without wasting much time, you can't do without your passport. You can't do without your traveling document, which is your passport. Passport is one thing you will need, because even if they are giving you the visa, they'll request for your passport. So that's where they are going to stamp or put in the visa. They're going to stamp the visa into, or place the visa into your passport. So if you don't have a passport and then you have admission, I don't think you are ready to apply for visa. So if you don't have a passport, please make sure you have one as soon as possible. So passport is one key thing you should have. And also you have to get, and then also let me talk more about this passport. You know, when you are uploading the passport, when you get the passport, there's a place for you to send a soft copy of your passport, just the database where you have your picture, your name, age, and that stuff, right? There's a place when you're doing the application, and before you submit, there's a place for you to submit that, to submit your passport. That's a database of your passport. When you are submitting or you are uploading that passport, the database of your passport in a PDF form, when you are uploading and you have any stamp in the passport, please add it. If you have, let's say you take a picture of your passport, and then you've been to, let's say, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, or any other country before, that you have a stamp of that country. You have to take a picture of that stamp, where they stamp, you take a picture of it and then merge it with the database and then upload. Yeah, it doesn't mean, the reason why you have to do that is to tell them you have some traveling experiences, but then it doesn't guarantee you that they are going to give you the visa. But it helps, because it tells the visa officer that you are someone who travels out and then come into your country back. So you have different you have traveling experiences. It also helps to boost your chance of getting a visa. It helps. I said it helps. It doesn't mean you are going to get a visa. It helps you to get your visa to Canada. So if you have any stamp in your passport, whenever you are uploading a database of your passport, make sure you take a picture of it and then merge it. And then if you don't know how to merge, if you go to your web browser, just go and then type "I love PDF." We have different sites where you can merge documents, but mostly I use "I love PDF." That's you have to spell it, add everything, no space. "I love PDF," and then you can compress documents, merge documents from PDF to Word to PDF. You can do all those editing on "I love PDF," so you can do that there. And then let's move forward. So after the passport, you will need admission letter. That's letter of acceptance. You will need the letter of acceptance. There's a place for you to upload letter of acceptance, and then this letter of acceptance is the letter you get when you get admission. Before you get admission, the school sends a letter that congratulations, this you have been admitted to this program, to this school for this program. That's your letter of acceptance. So you will need that one too. So the letter of acceptance is also one major thing you should have. So when they send you that message, they usually add a PDF to it. So that PDF there will be the letter of acceptance. That's what you can use for your visa application. So you also need the letter of acceptance. Also, you will need proof of funds. This is where most people have problem with the proof of funds. Some people are like, oh, I was doing my application, I proved like 10,000 Ghana cedis, but they bounced me. I proved like 50,000 Ghana cedis, they bounced me. No, you have to calculate everything before you know whether you are like you've reached what they are looking for, right? So let's say you have admission and you have to pay like 15,000 for fees, and then the duration for that program is like 2 years. So 15,000 per year, 2 years is going to give you like 30,000. So let's say you are paying school fees for 30,000 for the whole program. You are paying 30,000 for the whole program. That's just for the fees. And then when you are coming in as a student, you will have to have living expenses for like 10,000 Canadian. That is standard for everyone, no matter what school you are going. Your living expenses should be 10,000. I don't know for other schools, but for NBCC, they also state it in the admission letter that you have to have a living expenses for like 10,000 per year, and then the school fees is like 10,000 for NBCC. So 10,000 for a year. So if your program is 2 years, like if the duration for your program is 2 years, which means you have to get like 20,000 Canadian dollars for 20,000 Canadian dollars for 2 years. That's just for the living expenses. So if the program is 1 year, 10,000 Canadian dollars for 1 year program for living expenses. That is going to be additional money you have to add to the school fees. So if you are paying that, if you are paying like 15,000 per year and the program is 2 years. So in my previous videos, I was like, if you are done with your degree back in your country, I don't think you should come in for another degree, because can you pay 15,000 for like 4 years and then also pay have 10,000 as living expenses for like 4 years. You can't. So I don't want you. You can work with your degree here. There are some work that you can do when you come with your degree. So far as you are done with your degree, you can work with it. But coming here as international students, you know, it's very tough. I will never advise you to go in for university. If you have the money, fine. University will help you. If you have the money, you can go to the university. But if you don't have the money, and then you can just afford for less 2 years or 1 year, I think you should go for a college. Yeah, because they have 1 year programs, 2 year programs that can give you PR. So I think you should go in for college. That's advice for you. I'm not telling you to go in for college, but if you think you can pay for the fees, because I don't know your budget, I don't know what you can pay, I don't know what you can afford. If you can go in for the university, and then universities are very expensive. Some pay like 20,000, 25,000 Canadian dollars as their fees for international students. So just imagine, I don't want you to pay that huge amount of money and then you end up getting the same PR someone with 1 year program is getting. Yeah, so let's continue with the calculation, with the proof of fund. You have to get like, so if the school fees is 15,000 and then the duration of the program is 2 years, that's 30,000. And then living expenses 10,000 per year for 2 years is like 20,000. If you add 30,000 to 10,000, that's 50,000 Canadian dollar. So 50,000 Canadian dollar. I know most of you, the bank statements are in your currencies back home. So you have to convert that 50,000 Canadian dollar to the currency you are using. If you are using Ghana cedis, if you are using CFA, you convert it to CFA and then see the amount of money you have to get in your bank account before you. And then mind you, if you are being sponsored by someone, this why some people don't understand. You are being sponsored by someone, although the person is able to provide 50,000 Canadian dollar, but they still bounce you. This is the reason why, or this is some of the reasons, not all the, it might be a different way, but this is why I think people are doing wrong. You are able to provide a bank statement of 50,000, right? And then for this 50,000, someone is sponsoring you. Are you telling the visa officer that, or the immigration officer that the person is going to invest all these 50,000 in you? And what is the person going to eat? So you don't have to, if you have to prove, you have to prove like 50,000, it has to be higher than 50,000. If someone is sponsoring you, if that's your own money, fine. And even if that's your own money, let it be 1,000, 2,000 more. But if someone is sponsoring you, it has to be more at least, because you can't tell me the person is not having a family. The person will pay for his own expenses back. If the person in Ghana, he or she will pay for his own expenses. And then you can't tell the visa officer the person is going to invest all this 50,000 in you. What is the person going to eat? So sometimes you have to be very, very cautious on what you do, because these people, these visa officers and others, they are very wise. They consider not about what you bring. Although you are able to bring 50,000, doesn't mean they are going to give it to you. But they also think, is that your own money? No, because you have a sponsorship letter that someone is sponsoring you. So it's the person is sponsoring you. I don't think the person is going to invest all these 50,000 in you, and then you already know. Just think of it. Will someone give you 50,000 for free in Africa or wherever you are? It's not that easy. So make sure anything that you do, you plan very well. And then if you are using your own account, I've always been saying this, if you are using your own account, don't just deposit a huge amount and thinking you have the money in the account so you are okay to go. No, that's not what they look for. What they want is, they want to see the transactions. They want to see how often you use your account and what you use your account for, then the payment you'll be receiving. So let's say you're working for a company, the company pays you like 5,000 a month. So they request for like 3 months bank statement. So if you are being paid every fifth of every month, so they are going to check. So you got paid, because when they pay you, it comes in as salary. So they check, okay, this one you took your salary 5th, and then 5th of March, and 5th of April, you have 5,000. So they know you have a stable job that's giving you that money, right? And then also sometimes you do your own job. Maybe you have a different job that you do, and then you earn your own money, and then you deposit into your account. That's also fine. But you can't just deposit like 50,000 in your account thinking you are going to outsmart the visa officer. No, it doesn't work that way, bro. It doesn't work that way. Make sure you do everything you do is legit, and then I think you'll be good to go from there. Yeah, I'm hitting more on this because people don't know how to prove their funds. They don't know how to prove. They just bring the bank statement thinking there's money in. No, they check some one or two things before they consider it being real or it being legit or meeting their standard or what they are looking for. So make sure if someone is sponsoring you, at least the money should be, let's say, 3,000, 4,000 higher than what you need for your school. That will make sense, right? And then also they will know there's a transaction coming in. So even if the person sponsor you, the person is still going to get money from his or her own company or the work that he is doing. So be very careful on the type of bank statement, how you provide your bank statement. It's very, very necessary. And also when you're doing the visa application, we have some forms that you fill. You have a form that you fill. The form is like some basic questions, your name, the school you're coming for, the DLI number of the school, and then the program you are coming to do, and something like just a form. You have to fill it. Are you married? No, yes. All those forms, you fill it and then you upload. Also, you will need SOP. SOP. That's you have to write a letter stating the reason why the visa officer should grant you or should give you the visa. And then this SOP is where you put in every detail that you think is going to help you get the visa. Every detail that you think is going to get the visa, put it into that SOP. So what you can put in the SOP are like one, you have to state the reason why you chose Canada. You chose to school here in Canada, but you have different countries. Why didn't you go to that country? Why didn't you school in your home country? So you have to give a reason why you are choosing Canada as a place for your studies. Also, there's something called home ties. You have to prove to the visa officer that after your studies here in Canada, you will return back to your home country. After you've done after you finished your school in Canada, you are returning back to your home country. So please, the home ties, and people normally don't know what to use as home ties. You can use your family as home ties, because you can't be, let's say you are married, you can't be out for like 5-10 years without your wife and your children. So you can use your wife as your home ties, or your family, your nuclear family as your home ties. You can use your mom, your dad as your home ties. Maybe you are staying with your parents, that's why like your parents always need you beside them, or like you can just use them and then give a reason for that. Also, when you are working for a company, some companies helps to, like, you can write a letter that, oh yeah, we are aware our client is going to study outside and come back to help the business grow outside. That's also home time, meaning you have a job there, but you are coming here to learn something more and then go back to help the company grow. So it's also, you can use that one as home time. You have different types of home time. Like you can have a property, like you have a farm, a big farm, you can use that home time. But when you come here, you have to go back and make sure the farm is going on well. You have houses that you rest. Any property you have, you can use it as home time. But make sure you use it very wisely, because anything you put out there is what they are going to assess you with. So make sure you are careful on what you do and everything that you put in the application and the SOP. The home ties is very necessary. Make sure you put in the important things in the home ties. Make sure you put the important things in the home ties, right? Make sure you let them know after studies you are going back to your home country. Yeah, SOP. Because normally when they are giving you when you are refusing your visa, there are these two things that they always say. We don't think per what you are saying, we are not impressed or we are not convinced that you will return back to your home country after studies. That's why they are refusing you. That's one of the reasons they give. And also they will tell you you don't have enough funds to like to you don't have enough funds to pay your fees and other stuff. That's also another reason. This is the main reason. But if you want to know the main reason, this is just like a default message they give everyone. But if you want to know the main reason why they rejected your visa application, I think there's a way to do that. You can raise a web form or something and ask why they did that. Then they are going to give you the details of what you did that made them reject your visa or your permit. So make sure you don't play with your SOP. Let the officer understand that you are purposely coming here to learn and then acquire new skills and then help. And also, please, when you're choosing your programs, make sure you don't choose the program that's going to help you write a good SOP. There are programs that you can do and then you can easily convince the visa officer that after studies you are going to do that job or you are going to work with that certificate back in your home country. There are some programs that you do and then we all know we don't do those things that don't work that much in Ghana or in your home countries, anywhere that you are. You know there are programs that, so make sure you know the type of program you are choosing. Don't just choose any program at all. Make sure you choose a program that's going to help you get a reasonable a reasonable note for or explanation for the visa officer, telling him you are going to leave after your studies. Okay, so let me just clear on that. I've said a lot about the bank statement and the SOP, so that's also one part of it. And also for those who are married, when you are coming and then because when you do the application, they'll ask you, are you married? If you say yes, they'll ask, will you be coming with your wife? Mostly people say no, they come in before they invite their wives. So you can say yes, and then if you say yes, you will have to prove that yes, you are married. And then what can you use to prove that you are married? That's your marriage certificate. So if you have a marriage certificate, you will have to upload it also, backing what you've already stated in the application that you are married. If you have a child, you also add the photos of your wedding pictures, your children and everything. Make sure you add everything. And then that can also serve, you can use your family, that nuclear family, as your home ties. Meaning, if they ask, are you coming with your family? You say, no, you're coming alone. Meaning, the visa officer will know that you have a family back home. So when you finish with your school, you come back and then see your wife, your children, and the other family. So if you are married, you make sure you put in, you let them know you are married, and then you also upload your marriage certificate. Yeah, make sure you upload the marriage certificate. And then also when you're doing the application, there's a place where there's a section named like client's information. The client information is like anything you think you can upload to help them know or to boost your application that they didn't ask, because you have list of things that they need. So maybe you have different documents that you can use to support what you are doing or what you are submitting that you don't have a place to put it. There's a place called there's a section named client information that you can upload all other supporting documents that were not listed in what they were looking for. So let's say you have a property, you have that, even that's where you upload the SOP. There's the reason why you are coming here. So that's where you put it in. So any documents you have to support what you are doing, you can put it there. Any documents you have, you can put it there. Whether you have a land, then you want to show them that this is the certificate to the land that you have, and it's going to help you pay your fees and other stuff, make sure you put it there. And then also, let's say the company you are working with they write a letter for you that's sponsoring you, that they are aware that you're going outside to learn and come back and then help the company. You also put it in the client information. Any information that you have, just put it in, and then I think if you do everything in accordance and then to what they expect or what they want from you, you'll be good to go. I'll go back again and mention what I said you need. You need your passport. You also need your birth certificate. You can also add the birth. Yeah, you need the birth certificate. I remember uploading a birth certificate when I was doing mine. So birth certificate, passport. If you are married, marriage certificate, your proof of funds. If someone is sponsoring you, you have to add a sponsorship letter, and then the person has to sign. If it's a company, make sure the company sign, and then also put a stamp of the company on it to make it legit, so that they will know that you are not telling lies. And then also, when someone is sponsoring you, make sure the person states that if they think or they don't believe what you are saying in the sponsorship letter or anything, or they want to be assured, or they want to know that it's true that someone is going to take care of you, the person should add his or her number to the sponsorship letter, and then tell them if there's any question, they can call and then verify. They can call and verify whether it's true that the person is going to take care of you or not. So there are some petty things you may think they are not important, but they are very important. Any little thing that you can use to boost the application, make sure you put it in, and then it's going to help you very well. Yeah, so your passport, letter of acceptance, if you are married, the marriage certificate, if you have lands, the certificate or the certificates to all those properties that you have, you can also use it. Sponsorship letters and other stuff. And also you have to fill some forms. You have to fill them. Make sure you tell them the truth. Don't lie. Anything that they ask, tell them the truth. Yeah, so I think that's what I have for you. If you have any question, you can put it in the comment section, and then also don't forget to like this video. I have more videos for you guys, and I'll also be talking about those who would like to be driving here in Canada, what you need to do, or then what you need before you come, or then the preparation you have to do before you come, whether you have to get a license before you come, you have to come here before you get a license here, all those things. I'll also do a video on that. Yeah, so this is what I have for you today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and then share for others to also come and watch. Goodbye.